So today I want to talk about first off, I thought about how it would be a cool idea to have like a underground type podcast, especially since I'm a Scorpio sun and a Mercury in Scorpio as well. Scorpio loves to deal with things that are beneath the surface or more like low-key or underground. And having your sun, the way you express yourself, and your Mercury, the way you communicate, express yourself through words, like having both of those in Scorpio would definitely center back towards someone who might enjoy having a more underground type of podcast. Now, I think just speaking here on the platform of YouTube would be like a cool start for that type of thing. So I figured, why not start here? For those who are interested in it. What kind of prompted this was I just woke up from a nap and I had like a dream that was very vivid, and I honestly feel like it was a form of communication towards me, and just as I continue to learn myself and know who I am, I know that I don't be really that far off when I have certain dreams. So the reason why, if I did something that was like private and anonymous, like if I could open up like a podcast on Apple or something and just have it be totally random without my name attached to it, and I guess those who find it, but if someone recognized my voice, then they would be able to know it was me and tie the experiences to it. The placements I'm going to talk to would show why I would like for it to be private, more clandestine. But the beauty of privacy or having an unknown identity in certain situations allows people to feel more free. So we have people who, involve themselves on like online forums, or like, even in Hollywood, we talk about like secret societies and stuff. Like, we have all of these different ways in which people can do things in private manners to really express who they are, because they feel more comfortable in that setting versus coming out in the public, in the open. Just like, a Sag would perhaps, or a ninth houser, they might have more comfort in doing things in a public domain, like even a preacher, because Sagittarius, or a teacher, Sagittarius rules over preachers and teachers in the ninth house as well. So yeah, some of the things I want to talk about today are what it's like having Mars and the moon in the 12th house, accompanied by, in addition to also having your sun and Mercury in Scorpio, and also having Saturn in the 7th house. Like having all those three placements. A lot of times we look up our individual natal chart placements, but I wanted to talk about what it's like to have all three of those and how I feel them being activated, not only in my awakened state, but also in my dreams. When we talk about the 12th house, we're getting into the subconscious mind. I don't know if I should say subconscious or unconscious. Definitely like subconscious. And yeah, it is definitely dealing with dreams and blurring. It's trying to take away the boundary of the dream world and the awakened world. And yes, okay, so where I start. So a dream that I had I had an encounter with someone that I know in my awakened state in the dream. And a lot of times, things that occur in my dreams are not always... It's like I pick up on things that aren't being said in the awakened state. But if you've met me and had a deeper conversation with me, you'd be able to know that I am able to pick up on these things that aren't being said in the awakened state very well. I still hear them or feel them. Not like I'm a mind reader, but in a way like I can feel vibes really well. And so the vibes that I picked up on in person were definitely like said out loud to me in the dream. And I was able to express myself in the dream very clearly to this person as well, to let them know like, hey, here's the deal. And I was expressing myself in a way that actually communicated what it's like for me to have these kind of placements. I was like, look, I understand what it's like to go about something based off vibes without having boundaries, and it ties into so many lessons, but I was also highlighting to them that I understand the importance of boundaries in order to protect something that is worth being a part of, is worth experiencing for as long as you can, because of the joy, the growth, or the the stability or the belonging that it can bring you. Those things are worth protecting through Saturnian energy versus having a quicker experience or a thrill or a desire fulfilled or a just acting out of passion, even though those have their rewards as well. Like when we think about Aries, that's something Aries kind of prefers, a quicker passion versus the sustained longer term. And when we think about which one outweighs the other, it's like important to like have the understanding, like what shall I choose this day, and to also observe, well, what have I chosen in the past and how have those things panned out. So in the dream, like the person and I were very well aware of these things together, and we knew we had to have this conversation, but we also were like, man, we really don't have to have it, because everything that we have wanted to communicate, we have through our energy, and to take it in a level deeper. I hope y'all are following me in the way that I'm communicating about this. To take it a level deeper, and people you attract into your life that you feel like you have a spiritual connection with, it should feel that way. It should feel like a conversation doesn't need to be had, because they are part of your reflection, or part of your lessons, or they are part of you in some way. So it's like, in reality, if you are an intuitive, spiritually deep person, that person should really be on the same page as you with what's going on and what you two are feeling. That should always be something that's in alignment. The deeper and more spiritual, or the more self-aware you become of yourself, and the more confident you become in your levels of communication, and in your ability to understand communication in all of its various forms, through the senses, through the sight, through your ability to just observe energy. We have 5 senses, 6 senses, whatever, 7, however many senses, and I gotta list them all. But like the intuitive sense, like that is actually a thing, a muscle, an actual thing that develops over time if you allow it. In reality, in the awakened reality, a lot of times people who are more realistic and logical versus spiritual or intuitive don't want to give as much credit to that type of muscle or form of communication as it should be. And so, like, I think that it's important to acknowledge, like, I could go to the gym every day and get stronger physically. I can go to school every day for a certain trade, and my brain can get stronger in what it's learning and knowing, and skill development and muscle memory can get stronger. So when you are trying to strengthen your intuitive muscle, that is something that can get stronger. And you do have the ability to read. I can't speak for everybody. I'm speaking for myself when I say you. It's like you do have the ability to observe what you are feeling and know that there is some validity to it, and not try to cloud it through logic or through rationality, but just observing it through feeling and the pattern of previous experiences and how they made you feel and how they relate to the current experience that you have. So, yeah, and the way in which I'm talking in this kind of manner is just like, it's totally just a flow that I enjoy. So those who stick with it. But to get back on track, like, what is it like to have Mars in conjunct my moon in the 12th house? So my Mars is like already related to my passions, desires, and the way I express myself, my ego, and what gets me going, what the inner drives, the force, what gets my body movement, or what encourages me to act. And with that being in the 12th house of spirituality, or things that are, it's the subconscious mind, or things that are the dreams, man, in dreams, like, I feel like that placement alone, having that, reveals so much to you through dreams and through another realm. When I say realm, I mean another layer of self that is outside of what you are physically perceiving through your more like Saturnian like reality. It's still a reality that's very real, but when you are a person who has Neptunian characteristics, or more water, or things that are less tangible in a way. I know water is tangible, but like just more yin. When you operate through the yin, you gotta have you have to carry all the lessons that Saturn teaches you to develop in your reality. You have to carry it with you there, because you don't want to be deluded in that realm. You want to explore imagination and mysticism, magic, whatever. Like, you want to explore those things freely, but you don't want to get carried away by them. It's really good to have a sense of reality. And it's really good to know the importance of everything. It's good to know that there is an importance of me learning how to be realistic. And it's an importance of me learning how to carry that realism with me to other worlds. But it's also important for me to learn how to, it's like, when I say that, it's like carrying your woman to the world of pure manliness, or carrying your man with you to a woman's world. So like, you could say Saturn is like the man, the woman is like this more Neptunian type of energy. It's important to understand how valuable it is to develop these things, but not just deal with them in their own realm or area of dominance, I guess. If you're following me, let me know in the comments. But so yeah, like, we're not just learning how to be realistic for the sake of reality. if that makes sense. We're not just learning how to dream for the sake of dreams. Sorry, I had to eat my banana, y'all. Because what good would it be to only have dreams in the dream realm? It's good to bring these dreams to the physical realm, and it's good to bring... I really hear a lot of people at all talking about this. I don't know. I feel like this is a new thought coming from me. Like, it's very important to bring your realism to your dreams. And this is maybe just how the energies interact in me. I see a lot of value in it. Because I'm someone who kind of has like prophetic dreams, it's important for me to filter them through realism with Saturn being in my 7th house. And that energy just showing up pretty big for me, because what it's connecting to in my 7th house is relationships. And if I'm dreaming about relationships and stuff, I need to activate that Saturnian kind of lens to filter them through and get a deeper understanding about them. So, yeah, even though I'm like having dreams that reveal stuff, I have to understand them with a sound mind, and vice versa, So yeah, that was a tangent, but I do really see an importance of bringing the wisdom of Saturn into things like dreams, because dreams can be very abstract and they can be interpreted in many different ways. So the stronger you develop your own sense of wisdom, you will know how to interpret your dreams. Because for me, dreams are important. Like, they do reveal things to me. And no one else is going to be able to dream my dream or be in my head or understand what messages are coming to me like I can, if I develop my sense of knowing what's real and what's not real for me. Or why is God speaking to me through my dreams? Why, I got to understand that for myself. And so, yeah, to get back to my dream, in my dream, like, the person and I were both aware of an energetic connection between us two. In real life, we are aware of this as well. I don't think there's a reason to necessarily say what it is, because it's more of a divine thing. And I feel like allowing experience to reveal the purpose of the connection is way more powerful than saying this is what it means. Because a lot of times we enter into relationships with people, and I don't mean romantic, I just mean relating with another person. A lot of times we enter in relationships with our own personal ideas of what it has to mean because of our physical desire. And when I say physical desire, I don't even mean I mean like our attraction to this person. Attraction has so many levels to it, and we've been taught to only interpret it in a way that is like sexual. And then we've been taught, okay, well, this is what sexual means, which is a whole nother thing. I don't think a lot of people and I've been talking to people about this lately, about sexual energy, for how it's interpreted of like Scorpios being super sexual, and me understanding as a Scorpio that sexual energy it goes far, far beyond like lust. It's something like an energetic cord of attraction that, it's like Pluto having a lasso and putting it around somebody, and us inching our grip hand by hand, inch by inch, to get closer to what was captured, like fishing or something. I think that's how like attraction feels for Scorpio. And even though it can be sexual, it doesn't always resort in something like sexual or lustful. It can resort in pulling us closer to something that needs transformation, death, rebirth, but us needing to feel a certain feeling to even get us closer to the person, the object, or thing, or experience. So if that makes sense, it's pretty deep. It makes total sense to me. I think that's the purpose for Scorpios, having that kind of desire and being led by it. Not for a reason that people try to frame Scorpios for, like, oh, they're just over-sexual or something. No, it's like Scorpios are here to transform, and death, rebirth, sex, all those things are the biggest way you can transform something. Through sex, you can transform a woman's body, and she can start to grow new life in that body. And now it no longer is just hers. It's housing another entity, spirit within it. And that is like a rapid transformation. And then with, like, I'm trying to think, with death. Death transforms everything around it. It's, not just the soul that was living in one form going to the next. It also transforms something within the people that were connected to that person. So if anybody wants to just say, oh, Scorpios are sexual and this is what we say sexuality is, like, that is not a true statement, really. Scorpios are just deep. And things look different through different lenses. So if you see somebody always going to the park to eat their favorite meal, like tacos on Friday, to you, you're like, man, this person loves eating tacos on Friday. And so to somebody, they might say, oh, they're so carnal because they're always going to go eat those tacos on Friday at that park. And another person may say, man, there's got to be some spiritual reason why this person is going to eat those tacos at this time on the park on Friday. There's a deeper meaning. And the person that might say that might be a Scorpio. And then someone might say, like, more practical, like, this is part of their routine. Or someone might say, there's got to be some meaning behind, a sentimental meaning behind why that person goes eat those tacos on Friday at that park. And it could be like, okay, this person used to do this with their dad who passed away. And it's very sentimental for them. And when they go, they can feel the essence of their father in this place. And it's a very spiritual experience for them. And that could be the real meaning behind something. But somebody that's more like in a physical or judgmental view could just be like, man, that person's weird. They don't ever try nothing new. They always going to go eat those tacos. And you don't, they don't know the true meaning behind the thing. So that's how I think people should look at Scorpios and their energy and understand, like, the divine power of Scorpios, and just try to expand your mind a little bit of, like, how you view what you think about somebody just because of, like, how they go about life. So, this is my expression. This is how I want to talk about what I want to talk about in my mind. So that's why I made it a podcast in this sense, so that I can have the freedom to just ramble in the way that I like to ramble, and it feels great. And for those who can keep up, like, cheers to you. I know it's definitely very Piscean and Scorpionic, like, just deep and all over the spiritual place. But I like to communicate in this way for those who can keep up with it. So going back to the dream, it's like, and I get confirmations for this stuff. I got confirmation immediately. I just woke up from a nap. I got a confirmation immediately about this dream that I had through the physical realm, through Saturn. So it's crazy. Like, for me, I gotta know. I have to tune my eye to knowing what does the confirmation look like. And I feel like everybody needs to do that. Everybody needs to know what their signs look like to confirm that they are on point in their realm. So if you know you're, like, always dreaming about stuff, you should be looking for the signs that confirm things in your physical reality, because there will be confirmations, because energy don't lie. And yeah, so basically, in the dream, I don't know how deep I want to go into it, because I just don't want to, I like to have some type of privacy, or just, privacy for my own inner thoughts and world, and knowing like what it means for me. Another Scorpio type thing, I really do value privacy. Not even so much of secrecy, because here I am talking about it, but because I would totally be open to talk really raw about my dream if I knew that it would just be a random thing that has nothing attached to who I am. So, yeah, like, I don't know. I guess that would be an exclusive content kind of thing. But there's also so many lessons in it, which is cool. But anyways, in the dream, I'm going to talk about it in the way that I can, without giving too much, without leaving anything out that needs to be said for the purpose of this dissecting, this energy. I have Moon conjunct Mars in the 12th house, so that's just analytical squad all day. Analyze the hell out of something all day. So, and it's in the 12th house. So what I'm doing is very normal for me to talk in this way. But yeah, basically in the dream, there was like an energy that is always present in the awakened state. But in the dream, it was like, yo, we are both aware of this energy, and we both need to understand what it means on a deeper level, and also for our soul's development. We both need to understand and also look at our past experiences and seeing or not both, but at least for me, I had to look at my past experiences and know how to go about future experiences. Because we both know like we both know that, we're looking at a battle of like Mars versus Saturn. Mars is quick, 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 quick. Saturn is slow, 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 slow. And yeah, it's like there's so much more. I guess Saturn kind of wins every time in a way. Not every time, but for something you would prefer to have long term and have it being worthwhile, you want to pursue Saturn. And for me, I'm in a Saturn return, and I let this person know the importance of my longing to follow Saturn and hold Saturn's hand, what Saturn wants to teach me, taking my time, because there's so much reward in that. And I share a space with this person that I want to keep sacred and available. And it's something that you would not pursue Mars for because of you wanting to pursue Saturn. That's as deep as I can go about my dream, is that, you need to have some kind of understanding of the planets to follow, I guess, but I would prefer to pursue Saturn versus Mars, I guess. Mars is so good because Mars is going to put you in a situation or make you feel what you feel just to like get it started. That's what Aries is all about, and that's what Scorpio is about. But Scorpio takes its time more than Aries. But Mars is such a good teacher as well, because it's like, yo, what's cracking? What can we get started? And it could just be like, okay, let's have a quick initiative to start something that keeps us connected, like a business venture, or an outing, or just something we can quickly share energy in. Let's pursue it so we can digest something more quickly. And that's good. It's good to use that energy accompanied by Saturn and saying, okay, let's take this Martian energy and create something very creative and then sustain it with Saturn so that we can have a long-term vision and goal and connection. And so that we can take little itty-bitty pieces or little treats out each day along the way that keep us sustained versus consuming everything all in one moment. So yeah, I don't even know if I was able to get to all the dream or whatever, but I do feel a stopping point coming for this my first little podcast and dream analyzation. Just through talking, I was able to understand what I need to understand about my dream in a very rewarding way. And usually, I'm getting older, so I'm maturing. I would find myself looking towards other YouTubers or online sources or something to understand what it means, even though I already know that I know what it means. But it feels very good and rewarding to just talk through what I experience, whether it's through a dream or a physical state or both, and connecting the two to see what does it mean for me. It's very nice to experience that. It's very nice to talk to yourself. I don't usually talk to myself around the house. I'm quiet, but my mind is loud, and I will sing very loudly out loud. But some people talk to themselves around the house, and I think that's pretty neat. I don't. So this is a way of me to talk to through video. I do. I make content, so I actually enjoy talking to myself more than I was aware of. But I like to do it with technology. That's something worth studying. That's something worth understanding in my natal chart. Why do I prefer to talk with technology to myself versus just out loud? I think it just feels more like I'm analyzing something or having some kind of record kept for it, which feels better. Like the power of voice notes and the power of AI, because, AI is a big part of this. What's also pretty dope is right now I'm thinking about this guy, Seven Bomar, with Understanding University. Check him out on YouTube. He talks very similar in a way that I'm talking right now. I'm pretty sure he's a Libra. I have a lot of Libran energy, so I'm do Libra just communicate in prose of just continuous thought form that you have to just be able to follow and extract what you need to extract from it? It's actually a gift. It's a beautiful gift. I love when people flow like that. So perhaps that's why I talk the way I talk. It's not just linear. I talk not even just in a cyclical way, but in a very abstract, gooey kind of wavy way. I talk all over the place sometimes, but still grounded to a centering thought. So yeah, it's a lot of, this is very liberating for me, and there's a lot of freedom in this form of communication. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it, even if you didn't enjoy it, and that's what matters for me. It matters for me, and I am going to put this out to the world because it's just so liberating to talk to yourself. Talk to yourself, even if you feel you don't got a friend. And it's actually good to talk to yourself because it can eliminate you venting to people, and people who are just want to be there for you, so they don't exactly know how to get out of listening to you vent. So, and my sister taught me a power of how she uses ChatGPT to talk to it to work through her thoughts versus immediately going to other people. One thing I will say about AI is that if I interface with AI like that, I'm so stubborn in my own way of feeling and understanding how important it is for me to feel and come to my thoughts myself, that I will talk to AI in a way that I want it to agree with me. But I also do kind of take note of its input, because some of its input is pretty solid and logical. Even though AI is oh, it's just technology, and some people feel like we shouldn't trust it to give us sound advice. It is comprised of human thought, so like it's finding sources from human thoughts all around the web and coming up with a very intelligent answer to you. So like it actually is pretty cool to interface with AI in that way, and understand that that AI is a pretty deep thing. It's not just technology trying to take over. It's also like it's pretty deep. It's dope. It is made of human thought, so it's like there is some intelligence to it. It's not all the way artificial in the way that we perceive the word artificial. It is intelligent though, because humans created it. So, or did we? Who knows? That's another topic for another day. And yeah, so look forward. Also like this post, like this video, share it, and look forward to more content. This can formulate into a joint podcast with other people that I invite on, which I already have plans of doing, but that would be more of a video segment. And yeah, and other topics to explore. If you have topics you'd like to hear me talk about from my point of view with like some of the information I've given you all, then chime them in, leave a comment about them, let me know. I'll talk about things to the best of my ability as long as I can relate to it. And yeah, I kind of do want to explore that AI subject, and I have a friend in mind who I want to explore it with off the bat. So yeah, this is my thought pattern about dreams, having Mars and Moon in the 12th house, having Saturn in my 7th house, and being a Scorpio sun with the Mercury in Scorpio as well, and how I connect the dots for myself through dream state and reality, and a little sprinkle of a little AI at the end. Yeah, I'm thinking about like what is the title of this going to be, and it's going to have something to do with what I just said. So yes, peace to you guys, peace to the world, peace to myself, and thank you for listening to me ramble and, just listening to my thoughts.